As Americans, we are truly blessed. And some of the greatest blessings that we have are directly connected to our living in this country. In our prayers, we often include thanks to God for allowing us to live in a country like the United States. Historically, this nation and its freedoms are unique. The freedom to worship without fear, hindrance, or persecution is foremost among those blessings. We should always pray as directed in 1 Timothy 2 verses 1 and 2. I exhort, therefore, that first of all supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. Unless we have traveled to other parts of the world, I doubt we can truly appreciate what God has given to us here. Oh yes, we see pictures and we hear stories that tell us about the conditions that people live in other parts of the world. But then when we compare that to the blessings that we have here, the blessings that we have are truly amazing. They are beyond compare with any other place in the world. We see people in other parts of the world who are hungry, who do not have a roof over their head, who do not have religious freedom, who are persecuted by their own countrymen. We see people that do not have the equal rights that we have in this country. We see women being abused and being oppressed in many cultures. Many individuals live among rampant, violent, false religions. Those who will take a person's life because they think that that is doing the will of their God. And living in such environments, they suffer socially, economically, and personally. But we find that those who are Christians who live under that kind of oppression, many of them have a much stronger devotion and a much stronger commitment than those of us who live in this blessed country. But we're blessed with other mercies from God in this country. We think of daily hunger, unemployment, the struggle to obtain just the bare necessities of life. Most of you that are listening to this message today do not struggle with those things. We have food and to spare. For those who want a job, jobs are there to be had. We have the ability to obtain those necessities of life. But in many other countries, that's not the case. We hear about our brethren who are taking clothing, taking food, taking medical supplies into other countries, especially countries such as the Ukraine, where war has broken out. We see many Latin American countries where through dictatorships people are being oppressed by their own leaders. Well, thanks be to God that we don't face those things. But also we as children of God, we need to understand, as Paul tells us in Galatians 6 and verse 10, as we have opportunities, we need to be striving to do good unto all men, especially unto those who are of the household of faith. Whenever we think about our community, we see that there are things, even here in Northeast Arkansas, even in Randolph County, in Pocahontas, Arkansas, we still see needs that are there. We still see individuals that are hurting. We see individuals who are in need. We need to be looking for opportunities where we can share some of those blessings that we have received with others. Because we need to recognize that God has richly blessed us so much beyond what we deserve. Friends, we want to thank you for considering these things, for joining us for this program today. And we also invite you to join us this Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. at Pyburn Street Church of Christ for our Summer on the Mountain series. This week's speaker will be Brother Jeff Heitman of the Brookland Church of Christ. We pray that God will bless each one of you with a wonderful day.